I know we just met, but let's take a small leap of faith together. Please glance down to the floor or close your eyes for just a moment. Don't worry, I'll keep mine open to make sure our space remains safe. Now, imagine something amazing. I mean, really amazing. Do you have it in mind? Great. Open your eyes. Was the first amazing thing that came to mind you? Just you, standing in the middle of nowhere and holding nothing? Probably not, right? Hi, I'm Alondra Anderson, a licensed clinical professional counselor and a recovering perfectionist. I spent years helping others untangle their self-worth from perfection while I was silently stuck in the same trap, with perfection screaming what I was not and what I could not do, and tried to silence everything else. Perfection is a cognitive distortion. It's a mental filter that magnifies flaws while ignoring strengths and disqualifying the positive. It sets an impossible standard and introduces you to its good friends, fear of failure, and criticism. This isn't just a personal flaw, it's a societal expectation that we can unlearn. Perfection was my goal, standard, and resume. My identity was intertwined with what I did. That's who I'd become. Sound familiar? Maybe for you it's not your resume, but the pressure you feel to earn your place in the world. Well-intentioned family, friends, and subliminal messaging in the world around us seems to confirm that worth is something you earn. The problem is that perfection is forever elusive. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and it's constantly reminding you to be first and best or nothing. How has perfection ever held you back? I was a dance major here at Sam Houston when I suddenly experienced pain all over. Doctors tested me for everything from arthritis to bone cancer. Even before the doctors could identify the diagnosis, the one consistent thing that everyone said is, you have to stop dancing. I remembered the courage it took to even tell my family that I wanted to chase my dream of dance in college instead of pre-law. And now I was lost and confused and unsure of who I was if what I did stopped. I was challenged to be me in a new environment. But perfection was shouting in my head that I was a broke college student who wasn't healthy enough to keep my dance major or good enough to start something new. And that is when I had to learn that worth is not conditional. It's not attached to wealth or work. My worth was always present, just hidden. Like a caterpillar losing its legs, I had to see my wings before they emerged. You probably heard the caterpillar to butterfly story at least 100 times. But what if I told you the caterpillar is actually the star of the story? I always loved the beauty of butterflies, and I never really liked caterpillars. They're a little too creepy crawly for me. I tried to see the caterpillar's worth because it was a part of the butterfly's journey, but I learned that I was minimizing the caterpillar, just like I once minimized myself. The caterpillar isn't passive, it's relentless. It eats, grows, and sheds skin fivefold, yet we reduce it to not good enough yet. What if the caterpillar remained stuck in negative overthinking? I choose to see the caterpillar's underappreciated self and the courage it takes to trust the process and keep going to become what you're meant to be, even when you can't see it yet. Have you ever abandoned aspirations due to your own not good enough thoughts? The caterpillar was already enough. It had exactly what it needed within itself to become a butterfly. You and I are no different. My story wasn't unique. It was a symptom of a larger issue. I lived as a perfectionist. As a student, I told myself I had to get the A. Then, as a dancer, I had to get the lead. And eventually, as a wife and mother, I had to do it all perfectly. You see, perfectionism doesn't vanish with age or roles. It adapts. I began to realize that the unrealistic goal of perfection was the problem, and not that I was insufficient in some way. The truth is, worth is our birthright. Psychologist Carl Rogers calls this unconditional positive regard. It's the idea that our worth exists independently of achievement. Accepting this was my first step towards healing. To be clear, this was not easy. Did I mention that this was not easy? I questioned everything. Perfectionism isn't just personal, it's cultural. Dancers are often pushed to endure pain to meet unrealistic standards and expectations. Has perfection ever pushed you like this? Sometimes pain is considered good, like strength training. Then there's the sharp, shooting, injury pain that tells you that you need to stop. My body was talking to me in college, but I didn't listen at first. Today, I challenge you to listen to your body's whispers before they become screams. Worth isn't tied to overextending ourselves. It's inherent. Determined to find my purpose, only 2 months postpartum, I went back to graduate school. But here I am, a counselor, and I always have been in a lot of ways. I learned that when we're in the womb, we gain the senses we'll need when we're first born. Our bodies don't create our lungs after we take our first breath. No, they're already there. Similarly, butterfly wings are already growing inside the caterpillar. Research shows that the genes of the butterfly remain the same throughout the life cycle, and proto-wings are a part of imaginal disc in caterpillars. This is when I realized that we gain what we need before we need it. Just as our bodies prepare us for birth, our worth is embodied long before we can earn it through achievement. Perfectionism ignores this fact. The next time you feel not enough, ask yourself, what parts of me have always been present? So many times we check accomplishments and push ourselves to do amazing things. But I began to wonder, what if amazing's already inside of me? What if it's the secret sauce that I uniquely contain? What if it's the amazingness inside that earns the degree, gets the promotion, starts the business, wins the game, discovers, invents, and so much more? And not that I've become amazing after I've successfully accomplished these things. These questions became my answers, and the realization I discovered: amazing came first. We've been conditioned to judge based on achievement. Instead, the next time you look at yourself in the mirror, I challenge you to pause and see the amazing person looking back at you before you say, have, or do anything. Being a perfectionist never allowed me to say the positive attributes about me. but I could definitely recite my imperfections and my flaws. My rule number one became be honest with myself. And the truth is, I will never be perfect. I had to learn to give myself grace and to see that trying my best and striving for excellence is not the same thing as perfection. Perfectionism said, I should have done better, no matter how well it went. But excellence, it gives me permission to be new at something, to see my progress, and to keep trying. The truth is that perfection was a blindfold. It wouldn't allow me to see the whole picture. I couldn't see that I already had within me everything I needed, or that worth is not conditional and amazing came first. I'm so passionate about helping others on their perfection recovery journey to dismantle the same scaffolding from their eyes with what I call mental ABCs. A, acknowledge and accept that you are amazing. B, believe in your progress, not perfection. And C, check your why. Why are you pursuing this? Now, the next time you close your eyes and imagine something amazing, I challenge you to see yourself first, like the caterpillar carrying butterfly wings. Thank you.